Welcome back to another episode of Let's Chat Podcast, y'all. I am your host, JoJo.
And I'm Zyra.
Ooh.
We're going to need some interns or something.
Not interns.
Interns.
We gonna need somebody who's willing to spend some time with us and
just be behind the camera.
Be behind the camera, right.
Because,
I can only do but so much.
Yeah, it's just a lot to look at. And literally, it's tragic, but
yeah,
we make it work.
Right. One day, I'm going to be a pro at this shit. But, sometimes it's okay to ask for help, y'all.
Yeah. Don't mind the sign in the back. It's not on. But
it's not working.
Yeah, it's not working. Again.
Right. Let's be clear, right? It's being picky choosy now. You would think we use it all the time. We only use it once a week.
So ghetto.
I just got my eyebrows done.
Ooh.
My shit freshy. But it kind of hurt when I rub it because she done cut me. If you get your eyebrows threaded, I don't even know why we put ourselves through this shit. I will go a lifetime. I won't say a lifetime, but I will go long as hell before I do my eyebrows. Mm-hmm. Like, I'll get them done, and in like a week and a half, they're already growing back. And I'll be like, whatever. I won't go until I have like something big happening.
Yeah.
Most times I'll just like hit it with the little thing.
I do my own eyebrows. I used to thread them, but now my eyebrows don't grow.
I actually have not seen you do your eyebrows. I get them done.
Yeah.
Since I met you.
Yeah, I literally don't have to anymore.
Must be nice.
It's the alopecia.
Nah.
That's another issue that I deal with, y'all. I have so much health concerns. Please, God. Someone's doing brujeria on me, y'all. But it's okay. Anyways, let's catch up with our weekends. Yo, we did so much stuff this weekend.
We're always doing something.
I know, right? Like every weekend there's something. Like we had a baby shower. I had like this little mixer.
Oh yeah, I forgot you had the mixer.
Yeah, we went out, and then I went out with my sister to this bar called JoJo's in North Jersey that you have to go to. And then we went out again. So we were just out and about.
Sometimes you just...
Oh, and then we went to New York.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
We did a lot this weekend. That's a lot of events. Like, I would go we would go from one event to the next event.
Yeah. I think we got to chill off that, though.
Nah, we're done.
I think, like, we're hitting a burnout phase, and I think we're trying to avoid hitting, like we're not accepting the fact that we need to chill, so we keep going until some shit happens.
Oh, we keep saying yes.
Yeah, but it's not until some shit happens that we're like, all right, we need to keep our ass at home.
Uh-huh.
Like, we doing too much.
Right. But the reason why it's like, I like to go out to like gay clubs because that is the only place that I am guaranteed to probably see somebody that listens to the podcast. I swear to God, every time we go to a gay club, at least one person. So it's like, it's nice to see people who listen to the podcast and like who we have conversations with. Granted, it'd be so loud and crazy. So yeah, it's nice to just like get to meet people. It just sucks that you can't really talk to them for long. And I feel like when we go out, we get a lot of love from people. But this weekend, there was some hate. Like, there was some hate. A lot of hate. But I'm going to save that for a Patreon because it's just, it got crazy. It got crazy.
Yeah. And that's crazy because I feel like we were so gassed. So, okay, we finally went to 626. Let's start there. If you don't know what that is, 626 is, I guess, it is a gay bar, no?
Yeah, but you know something? I have a comment about 626 because I was gassing 626
for the longest time. For the longest. Like the way that I gas Woodies.
Yeah, I was like, we gotta go to 626. Like, it's popping. They got a rooftop. They got the downstairs. When we got there, rooftop was closed. Yeah. Already annoyed because now it's gonna be packed. But there was something about, okay, so like, I don't know what it was. It was like, there was a lot of gay guys, and I love me the gay guys, but they were playing a lot of like house music and a lot of like gay music. And I love gay music, but sometimes I'll be wanting to listen to my Spanish music, my Bad Bunny, and they had like a mix of that. But I just
it was just too much mixing.
Like, like the mix will go from from one thing to the next, and I'm like, what happened here?
It was happening. We were
listening to the Spanish music, and then you went to.
I just feel like he was in a phase of like, I have a lot of people pleasing to do. Like, let me hit this one, let me hit that one, let me hit a little bit of everything from everywhere. But it was like a quick switch up.
Yeah. And I don't know, the vibe was just it was chill, it was fun, but I feel like maybe the reason why I gassed it so much is because when I went, it was like when I was like coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like living my best. And I probably only been there twice before. Before the pandemic at that. So this is the first time I've been since the pandemic.
Yikes.
Yeah, crazy world.
I mean, it was all right when we initially got in there, but the turn of events that eventually took place, it was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So we left.
Yeah, we bounced. We ended up going somewhere
We
like
went to
right next
Porta's,
door.
Porta's, which is right next door, and I like Porta's too because they have good
They
music
had way better music
and
too,
they have food too.
which was kind of crazy to me because I was like, wow, for
It's
like
right next
this,
to it,
like the DJ in there was like serving. He was
but the rooftop
jumping.
was closed
But
as
I was
well.
like, for some, well, like, why is it not jumping in here like it should be? Like,
In Porta's, yeah, it was a little quiet.
yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, we did 626. We had her friend's baby shower, which was the cutest thing ever. I hadn't been to a baby shower in a really long time, so
Yeah, they was playing games. It was fun.
yeah, they had their own little open bar. The food was bussing. So I like.
And my friend, she wasn't planning on having a baby shower, and she did this shit like all like in 2 weeks.
Yeah, she
And
did
it
a really
actually-
good job for last minute.
Decorations was on point, food was on point, the bar, and they were getting litty. And that's where we went to before
626.
626.
That's why I be saying we be doing too much.
Like stay
Like
home.
we should have, we should have just like
Stay
deaded it at the
home.
baby shower.
Stay home. No, me and Jojo said that we're no longer doing clubs. We're going to like restaurants and like brunches, and that's it. Like we're doing chill stuff, or we're gonna be doing things at home. Ya está bueno.
She said wholesome things.
Ya está bueno, bro. Cause it's like I don't like going out and shit gets ruined. People want to fight. Like it's like I don't like the bad energy. Not that it ruins my night, cause I'm not letting nobody ruin my night. But at the same time, it's just like an ick.
Yeah, all that for what?
Right, and I feel like I've always felt safe in gay bars and gay clubs until we went to 626. Nothing against them. It's just the people that were there that night.
Yeah, it got really weird.
Ratchet.
It's like, I don't know. And I'm not for the shits, but whatever. Shit happens. We can't be loved everywhere, right?
I mean, sometimes me and Jojo, we talk about these things and we're like we'll read your questions, which gets like the most attraction on social media, right? Just because we got like 100,000 views on a video doesn't mean that that's how many people are listening to the podcast, obviously. And we're answering questions. We only get like little clips here and there. And sometimes we think to ourselves, what if someone's getting offended because we're talking about them? Or we're talking to their girlfriend and telling their girlfriend like, yeah, dump her. Yeah, she's toxic. Like, so it's like there has to be a gay person out there who's like, these bitches are talking about me and I don't fuck with that.
First of all,
what can we do?
Listen, one, we are not professionals.
We're not.
Right?
We're just giving you our opinion.
You asked for our opinion, right? Yeah, exactly. It's not professional advice. People are going to do what they want to do. At the end of the day, some people just don't have other people to turn to. And, we say take our shit with a grain of salt. Like it's not Bible. It's not legit. It's just through our experiences. So it's like, don't take the offense out on us. Like, that shit you got to deal with your partner, or fuck, if you're not going to deal with it, then don't. Like,
I mean, but the people that need to listen to that aren't listening to this.
Yeah, like I wouldn't expect them to, but I'm sure like the way social media is set up, you start scrolling by shit and shit just pops up. So I just be thinking like, oh wow, like maybe like what happens if like we pop up on somebody's For You page one day and they're like, oh yeah, and then they kind of recognize the story, like
hold
up, the shoe fits.
Yeah.
But again,
1 + 1 is 2.
That's not on no shady shit. Like we don't give our opinion and like our personal experiences as advice to, be hurtful to anyone.
Yeah.
People just ask and we try to just give them what they ask for. So you gotta take that up with homegirl.
Right.
But besides that, how was your real estate mixer?
It was fun. I have said before that I'm studying for like the exam. I still like my full-time job. That's still obviously in the plans, but I want like a side hustle because I feel like that's just the way to go nowadays. Like just one income just isn't enough, truly. At least for my lifestyle and like what I want. And I went even though I didn't have my license because I wanted to make some connections. And the people who were running the event, they're called Lux Listings, and they're like official. I'm not saying I'm interested in joining them, but I just wanted to be around like the atmosphere and talk to people and things. But yo, they had so much cool stuff. Like they had an open bar first of all, and it was free. Open bar, it was all black attire. Literally everyone in there was wearing black.
That's fire.
Everybody. Like nobody came in like with the wrong dress code, which was popping because I feel like people never they don't be trying to
I'm about
dress.
to say, I feel like for the most part, black is easy.
So
You can
easy.
always count on people to wear black. It's the
Right.
white that's just iffy because white
Yeah.
isn't everybody's color.
Right. So
I'm not a white person, but go ahead.
no, and they had like really nice decorations. They had like this like ice sculpture where they were pouring tequila out of it. And then like you would just like hold your little shot at the bottom and then take the shot. What else did they have? They had like some food. They were passing around some food. And yeah, you just talk to people. So I did recognize some people because it's from up north and it was like in Newark. And there was this guy there who him or his brother used to date my older sister. And I saw him and I told my sister because I went with my sister. I'm like, I think that's him. But whatever. I'm not the type to start conversation with any guy because guys be getting like the wrong impression. So I'm like, nah, I'm just going to stay to myself. But then he comes up to me. He was like, oh my God, I recognize you. Like, whatever. We started talking and then he ended up introducing us to his friends. And it was a mixer, but the music was so loud that it was a little bit difficult to hear people. But I worked through that. But I was asking for people's business cards, adding them on Instagram. And it was like super chill. Like I like the vibes for sure. Like I would definitely go again. And if you're interested in your license, I recommend going to one of their events in the future because you just never know the connections you make. With real estate, it's really about all the connections.
Yeah.
And the reason why I want to do it is because I'm sure there's a lot of LGBTQ couples out there that don't feel comfortable or safe with just any real estate agent. And like, even though I don't look gay, I feel like if they were to do their research, they would see. Because I don't know. Like, I don't know how I'm going to plan to like make my social media page, but we'll see. I don't know. But yeah, that was fun. I liked it. And right after that, I went to JoJo's with my sister. And there was two guys in JoJo's trying to get my number.
Ooh.
Yeah. I went with my sister and her friends, and they were pretty young. Like, not that young, but they were like 23, 24, 25. And then one of them was like, oh, I'm subscribed to your podcast. And I thought he was being funny. And I'm like, no, you're not. He was like, yeah, I am, whatever. Like, I am subscribed to your podcast. And then we were talking because like he wants to like really get into podcasting or whatever. And then somebody had said something. Then I was like, yeah, me and my girlfriend host a podcast. Like we talk about, he was like, what should talk about? I said LGBTQ topics. And then I was like, hold on, let me show you a picture of her. So I go on Instagram and I go show a picture of you and I show a picture of us. And you know what they start doing? They start zooming into JoJo's pictures to look at her tattoos. They were like, oh, she tatted. She tatted. I'm like, yeah, she is. But they were fun. I mean, they were young. We were talking about relationships and stuff. And then I'm walking to the bathroom. Some guy approaches me, blah, blah, blah. And then one of the little guys that we're with, that are my sister's friends, he's like, yo, that's my big sis. Like, you watch yourself. And I'm like, you're crazy. So then I go to the bar. I'm at the bar. And then some other guy comes up to me, talking to me, whatever. And then he's like, can I have your number? I said, no. Like, I'm in a relationship. I'm faithful. I love showing people pictures. I'm like, yeah, that's me and my girlfriend. Look at her. You're the worst.
Anyway, aside from that, we did our media dinner again. If you've seen our Instagram, we did it with Lemongrass in New York, Brooklyn, right?
Mm-hmm.
So good. Thai. It's a Thai restaurant. So if you're in or around that area, I would suggest checking them out because they had really good food, drinks, dessert, everything from top to bottom. We loved it. That was actually our second time doing a media dining for them, where we basically just eat for free and do content for their establishment. And then
But even if we didn't, we would still recommend this
Yeah.
restaurant.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
we
yeah,
love
yeah,
Thai
yeah.
food, but the food was actually, I mean,
the food was
just
good.
really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
honestly, we didn't.
It's not crazy expensive either. Like, you know,
No.
sometimes New York be getting so wild with the prices.
I think that if we didn't like it, we wouldn't have went the second time.
No.
At all. Like, if we don't like something, we don't like something. But it was really, really good. I kind of wish we had some places out here like that. And then after that, I took her on a date, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
We went to this spot called Intern. I think it's whatever. Intern. I am something. I don't know. It's like this cool ass interactive, like interspace type thing. I don't know. It's just cool as fuck. So again, if you're in New York, that was in, where was that one in?
That was like by Chinatown.
Back in Manhattan, no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So look
like
them up.
Near Soho, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Look them up, check them out. That's a good date option or idea if looking for something. Anyway, that's it for our catch up.
Pretty long catch up.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Don't get bored, y'all.
Yeah, that part. All right, so you guys are always sending in questions about how do you flirt? How do you know if a girl's into you? How do you flirt in person, and how do you do it on Instagram or like through social media? We actually see that a lot, I feel like, and it's almost hard for me to answer because I feel like everybody's different. Everybody has like different ways of flirting, just like everyone likes different things and consider different things as flirting. But I think the one thing that we forget here is that it's not supposed to be hard, y'all. It's not supposed to be hard and scary and weird. Like, it's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
So I feel like we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to think about how we're going to talk to someone or show someone that we're interested. And one of the things I think that, and I've said this before on here, is that one of the things I always remember hearing from someone was, even if you get rejected, like, there are going to be people that are going to say yes. And you have to remember that if that person rejects you, you're never going to see him again. So what the fuck does it matter if you get rejected? Rejection is an uncomfortable feeling. We know that.
Yeah.
And I think, like, when it first happens, we kind of don't know how to deal with that. Like, it's embarrassing. But the older you get, you kind of realize, like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll never see this person again. So you have to remember that.
Yeah.
You'll never see him again. Or it'll work out and you do see him again. It's that simple.
Literally. Do you think you're a good flirt?
I don't think I'm not. I was thinking about, like, wow, like, what was flirting like for me? Because I can't even remember like how it went with you. I almost felt like it didn't work with you.
The flirting?
Yeah. So, like, you're laughing and I don't like it.
I'm just laughing. I'm trying to, like, remember. I don't know.
I can't remember much, but I do, like, I don't know. I know that for me, flirting for me is like a playful thing, like I do the playful flirting and like the compliments here and there. And I think, like, I don't know, like, it's just saying smart things, or like, sometimes being a smart ass is cute for some people.
Yeah.
Which I think that didn't work with you. And, like, I rely on my I don't want to say my jokes, because I don't just be out here making jokes, but I can say that for, like, the most part, I rely on my humor and making people, like, laugh and being funny. But I also felt like that didn't work for you.
Really?
Yeah.
I wasn't cracking up.
No.
Mm.
No, I want to say that you're hard, but you're not. And it's crazy because I see you laugh at so many other people and I'm like, what the fuck? What is she laughing at? It wasn't that funny. But whatever.
It's way easier to flirt with guys.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
110%.
so easy.
But
It's like a joke.
they think I actually read something that said that like for women it's just like how much more obvious can I be? Because guys are kind of oblivious. But at the same time, I also had read that like guys, some guys do have a way where they're like a polite flirt because they don't want to come off aggressive.
Yeah.
So then it's not as like, I don't know.
Yeah.
How to explain that.
I feel like sometimes it comes off corny.
Yeah.
Or like you're doing too much, or like you're trying too hard, and it's just
It's giving friend zone.
Yeah, and it's just like it's just not it.
What's flirting for you?
I took one of these little quizzes. The quiz was super long though, so I don't even recommend it. Yeah, the quiz is so long though. I was like, what is going on?
Oh.
And it said that I was a sincere flirt. Like,
All right.
what? Am I jumping ahead?
Well, because I didn't give any types.
Okay. Explain what they are then. Because there's different flirt styles, y'all.
Yeah, so every time I feel like I'm searching up something, I'm finding a new set of styles or something. Like, I know we're all different and I know we have our ways, but hot damn. So we've talked about attachment styles, argument styles, like what the hell? So now I'm like, there's flirting styles too?
Wow.
Yeah,
who wrote the book?
Right. So I'll actually tell you who came up with the whole flirting style thing. So I believe the man's name is Jeffrey Hall. Establishes 5 flirting styles. I don't know why that was so hard. Physical, polite, playful, sincere, and traditional. It said that he used the data from 5,000 eHarmony users back in 2007.
Oh, eHarmony.
Yeah.
People still use that?
Apparently. All right, so the flirting types. The first one is physical. Physical flirting focuses on body language and physical touch. Like an example, eye contact, arm, hand touching, leg crossing, uncrossing, standing a certain way. Like if you open up your body towards someone, obviously you're kind of welcoming them into your space type shit. Or like the playful teasing. But it must be consensual. Don't go touching people and like, interrupting their space without like permission, y'all. Be respectful. The second one is playful flirting, which involves teasing and bantering with the other person in a lighthearted and fun way. It may involve making jokes or puns. Using sarcasm or engaging in witty banter, playful flirting can help to create a relaxed and enjoyable atmosphere and a good way to break the ice. That's me. I'm that person.
The playful?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Number 3 is polite flirting. Polite flirting involves being courteous and respectful to the other person. It may involve complimenting them, showing interest in their hobbies and interests, or being polite and attentive. Polite flirting styles may help you be more approachable and is a good way to show interest without being too forward. Number 4 is traditional flirting. I really didn't understand that, and then I read it and I was like, okay, I guess that makes sense. Traditional flirting involves adhering to traditional gender roles and social norms. It may involve the man taking the lead in pursuing the woman, or the woman being coy and dimmer. Traditional flirting can be charming and romantic, but it can also be limiting and reinforcing outdated gender stereotypes. Number 5 is sincere flirting. Sincere flirting involves expressing genuine interest in the other person and getting to know them better. It may involve asking questions, listening attentively, and showing empathy. Sincere flirting can help to build a deeper connection between two people and can lead to a more meaningful relationship.
That's what I got.
Why?
She said, why? What do you mean? I don't know. That's what I got. I think I could be a mix of both.
A mix of both what?
I could be a mix of like playful or sincere. Yeah.
But
Because
like,
I feel like with playful, I feel like I don't care about the consequences. Like, I'm just playing with you. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, I don't care. But sincere, it's like I want to put my best interest. Like, I want, like, this is intentional.
you're right.
This is not like, I'm not playing with you. I'm serious. So playful, I feel like it really depends on the setting for me. Like, I feel like if I was at a bar, playful.
Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. I wouldn't have thought that the environment changed it. I mean, I think for me, like, I've always kept it the same, where it's just like that playful flirting. But I guess sincere when I started dating you, because I knew the playful wasn't working.
It was.
I honestly don't remember.
Me
I
neither.
think like my flirting with you initially was like in like through text messages and shit, and then when we finally would hang out, I'd be a little like cute, but I was actually a little nervous with her, so I was just like, I'm still like feeling
You
her
really
out.
were.
I was, because I was just like, she's, I don't know, like you give like such like, I don't know how to explain it.
Like what?
Like kind of like you just,
Calling me bougie or something?
yeah. Yeah, I guess it is. I guess that's what it is. Because I don't know. You just kind of gotta know who you're talking to, I guess.
Ideal.
I really had to like, put my big boy jacket on and be like, all right, I gotta come with some good shit. But
That's hilarious.
yeah, I was nervous, but I got comfortable and I was like, oh, it's all good.
I mean, I was nervous too. Did I look nervous?
No.
I was nervous. Like for our first date, I went to go get a car wash.
Why?
I was like, I'm not gonna have this girl in a dirty car.
I didn't even think that I was going to get in her car.
What, you thought you were gonna drive?
I don't know I didn't know what was gonna happen. I didn't know.
We thought I was gonna take an Uber or something.
Yeah, no.
Have like a private
chauffeur
or something.
I did private chauffeur.
You know what the fuck I mean? A private driver.
You said it right.
Oh, I thought I said it wrong.
No. No, I just didn't know if it was like a I'm gonna follow you type of thing, or
girl,
like
please.
And initially I thought I was like gonna.
If we're going on a date, we're gonna be driving together.
See, but I don't know that. Like
when you go to Jersey City, the parking is terrible.
All right, so then that makes sense. But I've gone on dates and we met each other there type shit.
Oh, I guess that's good because like if it's terrible, you could just leave.
Yeah.
Like,
how would that even have happened? What happened if it ended up bad and you wanted to leave?
I would have left you there.
Yeah, all right. I mean, either way, you would have had to bring me back because we did come back.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
We just kicked it at
your crib.
Mean,
I've had bad dates and I had to drive them back.
I wonder what would have happened if I was like, no, I think I'm gonna go home.
That's fine. I would have respected that because it was late.
It was, but I essentially like I did get there a little later in the day too, so it was like our date kind of low key just started only 3 hours ago. Well, whatever. But yeah. Playful. I don't know what would be another one for me. I like, as it said in the description, like playful for me is just the making us feel comfortable. I've been the person who has felt weird and like shy and wasn't much of a flirt, was very like soft spoken and quiet. And then I realized that it didn't matter if somebody rejected me. Like at the end of the day, there was going to be somebody who was going to say yes. So I stopped giving a fuck and I made it fun.
I think that's the most important thing. Like knowing and being okay that you might get rejected.
Yeah, like it's
like
whatever.
Literally.
It's gonna happen.
And people can reject you for different reasons. So I would never take that personal. Like they could reject you because they're already taken or they're already talking to somebody. They're honestly really just not looking, working on themselves. There's literally so many reasons.
Yeah, it's not because you're not cute or, none of that weird shit. But I think like, damn, I was going to say something.
Oh, I lost your train of thought. I'm sorry.
Oh, I think what helped me too was that when I played sports, I used to talk shit. Like talking shit, it was just a thing for me. So that
he was like one of the guys.
So yeah, so I kind of like played off of that.
Oh, Lord.
And for me, that was like my flirting tactic because I was like, she either gonna like it or it's gonna make her feel weird. And guess what? Now I got her off her game type shit. And it was about a 50-50 for me.
This is why I never played sports.
It was about a 50-50 because it worked. It got girls' attention. And at the same time, it was just like,
I would hit you with the ball.
Nah.
What you say?
Yeah, right? And I'm like, girl, you better stop. I like that shit. Like, I'm that type of person. So, yeah. That was good times.
I bet.
Physical too, though, because I do think, like, when I got more comfortable with flirting, I was like, all right, like, as girls, we like the more obvious thing. And I think that's because guys don't always pick up on those cues, right? So you got girls who like do that little hair tuck and then they smile and, you know, the eye contact. Keeping the eye contact is where it's at.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like when you're walking through a bar, I know that people walk and they're like looking straight. But if you're really out here trying to look for somebody, you should be looking.
You're gonna cop.
You should be looking, or like you should be, your eyes should just be looking. Because once you make eye contact with someone and they stay for a little while and they do that little smile, then you know to find them, you know.
It's like you playing tag low key with each other. Like once you spot somebody in the room that's got your attention, you like kind of keep an eye on them to know where their whereabouts are in this room. So that way, like, if I see them again and I shoot them that, you know, little smile with the eye contact, then I know, all right, maybe it's time for me to go talk to her.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that also is like my open before, like, I do the whole playful thing. Because, I mean, how else you going to talk to somebody other than just going up to them, right? You kind of want to know and feel out if they're even going to give you that opportunity to come into their space, you know?
Yeah. But like with that, I feel like it gets complicated when you go out to gay bars because you don't know who's with their girlfriend. So it's like, how do people, like, I feel like you really gotta look
you
and
don't know
make
who's
sure,
the friends and who's the couples.
Because you don't want no drama with these girls. They're feisty and crazy.
First of all, I want to be very clear. We're at our big age where we should be comfortable enough to go out with our significant other and not feel insecure about the fact that somebody is going to come up to my partner and tell them that they're, you know, they're beautiful or trying to hit at them, you know? Like at the end of the day, I have to trust that my partner is going to do the necessary thing to inform that person that they're here with someone. I shouldn't have to jump in front of her and be like, nah, she's taken. That's weird. That's weird. That throws off the vibe. That's hella uncomfortable. And then that shows my partner that I'm not, like, I don't trust her. I'm not, like, she can't talk for herself.
Yeah, you got to let them handle it first.
Yeah, let's see how they go about it. If you feel like, okay, that wasn't the necessary way to go about it, pull your partner to the side and be like, listen, I'd appreciate it if this is how you went about it. It will make me feel more comfortable that way. But that whole jumping on other people, like, people don't know that you're with this person unless you're fucking sucking face with this person.
Right.
You know, and that's not kind of our style. We don't go in all, like, on each other and stuff, you know. So I guess I could understand how you may not know that we're together, and that's okay. But, like, you know, just, it's not always going to be other people, like. Sometimes you gotta fucking control yourself and have some manners as well. You don't gotta jump on people and get all crazy.
So that's like the hard part. But I do feel like we're in a very obviously high social media dating nowadays and just like apps. So I feel like most of the time people are finding other gay people on social media.
Social media is makes things easier.
It does.
I feel like it softens the blow to a rejection just a little bit. I don't think that it's that much. Like rejection is going to bother you regardless. It's gonna be a sense of embarrassment, whether it's in person or in your phone. But I think that it, like, social media allows it to be a little bit more easier because it's literally just a fucking cat and mouse game, you know? You follow somebody, they follow you back. You watch their story, they're watching your story. You react to their story, they react to your story. Now you're in the DMs. Like, you're liking each other's pictures. Like that back and forth playing tag shit, it's meant, like, that tactic is meant to show interest.
Yeah.
And if you're not interested, like, obviously they wouldn't do it. Like with me and her, I showed interest, and I mean, she tried to swerve me for a second, but I tried again because it was like a confusion point. I was like, like, do I need to try harder, or I don't know. You was getting a little like, all right.
I was keeping her on her toes. I was keeping her guessing.
Listen,
and I wasn't trying to come off easy.
It happened quick though. It wasn't like on some we were following each other forever. Like, if you see somebody you're interested in, I'm not saying
stop wasting time.
No, I'm not saying do it as soon as you follow them, but at the same time, like, don't wait 6 months to slide in the zone. You know, I think, like, again with me and her, it was like I don't know how long she followed me before I noticed her follow, but I followed her, and then maybe a couple days later, I forgot I followed her, and she popped up on my stories, and I was like, who's this? And then I went through her shit, and I was like, oh shit. And then that's when I did like a little reaction on her IG story, and then she like just hearted it or like smiled at it. I don't know. She gave me some type of emoji, and I was like, that's fucking corny. Like, where's the conversation at?
Like, what am I gonna do with a reaction?
I don't know. You followed me. Fuck. I don't. Was it just a reaction? It was like you could have even hit me with a thank you. Like, that's 2 words. Like, a thank you would have opened up for me.
Thanks.
Yeah, perfect. And I've been like, you're very welcome. Like,
THNX.
Yup, and thanks. That would have been it. It's a word. That's fine. An emoji. That's just like
I said, I was playing hard to get, keeping her on her toes. Okay, when I met JoJo, like I said, she was popping on TikTok. I mean, she still is, but she had a lot of followers, and like I wasn't on TikTok like that. So I'm like, oh, this girl, she got groupies. Like she just got girls on her phone. She's just a player. Like I'm not falling for it. So I was surprised that you followed me back. That's all.
I was too. But
you were surprised you followed me back?
Because I really, really, something told me to like literally look at your page. Like, I had a bunch of followers, and I just wasn't looking. You
followed me back because it said Jersey.
No, I forget. It was something in her bio. I did click on her shit, and I was like, "Who this?"
My bio has been the same.
I just so happened to want to look at it, and as I was looking at it, I did see that it was like Virgo, and then it was like Jersey. So I was like, "Oh!" And then when I seen her story, I was like, "Oh, she up north." I was like, "I need me an up north shorty." I didn't even need a Spanish girl. So that's how that happened. But it was funny because when I text her, she was like, "I didn't expect you to text me." I was like, what you give me your number for then? What was I supposed to do? Like,
I don't know.
I was going to text you, girl. I ain't got time to play. I just got out of playing. Like,
yeah, I'm ready.
I'm ready, yeah.
She was ready.
We was at different stages, but here we are. I thought that was funny because she had mentioned earlier, she was like, yeah, the person I was dating before, and I looked at her, and I was zoned because obviously we talk about like our past experiences here, but like I know it's coming. Like, we're intentionally talking about it. But she just randomly came out of nowhere as we're watching something and was like, yeah, da da da. It was in relation to what we were watching, but I didn't expect it. Like, other than here, those conversations aren't really brought up. So when she said it, I was like, I'll let her finish. I didn't say anything, but I was like,
yeah.
The fact that I just had to picture you dating people before me was an ick.
Yeah, I dated people before.
That's crazy. Obviously, that's crazy. But I'm also looking at you on the sofa like, oh shit, but I'm dating you now. Well, like, not, but I'm with you right now. Like,
yeah.
Oh shit. Like, I'm your person. Okay.
Crazy world.
Yeah.
Crazy world.
It's just nutty when you get into realization of your reality. Yeah. But that's besides the point.
It is. Okay, so back to the flirting. I have a question for you. When you were like more feminine, did you ever talk to a femme?
See, that was a thing for me too, is that I would forget. Like, my personality is a little bit more like, it's gotten like, aggressive, I guess so to say, where I have to talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
So when I would present more feminine, I would still be like
Leading
the
it.
aggressor.
Right.
Yeah. And I would forget, like, oh, bitch,
Uh-huh.
you like, you're not in your, in your Tommy
Uh-huh.
fit,
Right.
You're not giving mask energy
Yeah.
in your presentation right now.
But I don't even think it matters with your presentation, honestly. I have never dated a femme, but I have heard that like femme on femme flirting is tragic. Because it's kind of like, oh, I like your outfit. And then the other person's like, oh, I like your outfit. And then it's like, okay. Like nothing happens. Like there's
No, but
nobody's making moves. But I feel like if I was dating a femme, I would be the one making moves. Because I just hate this. I hate stagnant shit.
I'm about to say, I think it's kind of crazy because we were we were watching Hoochie Daddies.
Oh my God.
We was watching
Oh my
Hoochie Daddies,
God.
and they had them go out getting numbers or something on the
No,
beach.
but please explain to people what Hoochie Daddies is for people who haven't watched it. We have to finish it. We started it, but we haven't finished it. But I was baffled.
It's kind of crazy because it's like when we watch things, like I want to watch, like I wish there was like just a gay television channel or something.
I think
Like
there
I
is.
want to
I don't
watch
know.
gay related things, and
Okay.
we don't have that much. And I feel like when we do find it, it's always like some UK or like Spain stuff. Like we find shit on Netflix, but it's always like again UK related and Spain related, and I love that. And I'm like, why don't we have that? So we ended up going. We were hearing about Hoochie Daddies on TikTok, and we were like, let's see what this is.
It's on Tubi, which is free.
Yeah. And it is the cringiest and most countryest shit ever.
Yeah, it's like someone they took like their iPhone and they just started recording like that. And then they just uploaded it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, it's ratchet, but at the same time, it's like entertaining.
Yeah.
First episode, well, it's only a house full of studs.
Yes.
Masculine women.
Yes.
Like, I don't know, like 8 or 9, 10. I don't know.
Something like that, yeah.
And they all walk in the house one at a time. They even got a damn song. And in the first episode, two studs there started fighting.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is so typical of y'all.
I don't know, because femmes be getting into
they
it
really
too.
do. It's annoying. But yeah, it was no. And then in the second episode, that's when it gets crazy.
It was just a lot. It was a lot.
You might need to fast forward some shit because you're like, all right, y'all keep arguing about the same thing. Who's gonna throw a punch first?
Yeah.
Just get it over with.
Yeah, I don't like watching people argue. That back and forth shit is just too much. So I'm not all that into drama. But it was just funny because in the scene where they do challenges and shit. One of the challenges happened to be that they had to go on the beach and get people's numbers. Whoever got the most number, I don't know. We stopped there. But one of them were talking about like I don't usually like I don't do this basically.
Oh.
Like they don't usually approach people, like they get approached. And I remember you saying that one time. I was like, wow, now I think about it, I guess it makes sense. Like I actually know a lot of studs who don't approach females, like they get approached. And I don't know if it's just easier because like as a more masculine presenting female, when you walk into a space where you don't know who's gay because everyone's like more feminine presenting, so it's like you don't want to just be like shooting your shot with someone who you don't essentially know likes girls as well. That is just like a whatever. I'm an obvious point out, as a masculine presenting individual when I walk into a space. It's obvious to most people. And I hate to say it's kind of stereotypical because I'm more masculine. So that people are going to look at me and be like, she's gay.
Always.
And so that like brings the attention to you. So I was like, damn, I guess that makes sense. But at the same time, it's just like, how?
I guess they just come across a lot of like dominant femme girls.
That don't make you dominant though.
Ideal. I don't know what is it.
I don't know. Like, do you feel like that makes you dominant because
I think that's
more?
more of like that wording, like dominant femme. I think people mean that like in the bedroom, but they just mean like outspoken, not shy,
right?
Very
just
confident,
very approachable, right? Confident and approachable person.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just thought that was kind of crazy, and I was like, wow, is it that studs really aren't out here like approaching these girls?
Good for them.
I mean, I get it. Like I said, I've walked into
Must be
spaces and
nice.
people just kind of attach towards me, and it makes it easier. But um,
Yeah.
that's just interesting.
Yeah. You want to get into tips?
Kind of some stuff that I already said, but basically, like, how do you know if they're interested or not interested? So like, if you want to know how they're interested in person, again, it's just like that body language, paying attention to the body language. Are they being open towards you or welcoming towards you to come into their space? Are they giving you that eye contact or a little bit of that, hair tuck with the smile, you kind of got to pay attention to some of those like body
Details.
languages and those cues. Another one is like entertaining the conversation. If you go up to them and you happen to talk to them, are they keeping conversation or are they kind of like
Blah.
kind of just one worded, not engaged, kind of just spinning off on you. And complimenting, like, are they complimenting you as you're complimenting them? Like, that's kind of like the cute shit. Like, I think compliments are like the easiest. I don't want to say the easiest because, like you said, as feminine females, like when they compliment each other, they just think, oh, you're just being nice.
Yeah.
They don't really take it as a like, oh, you might actually think I'm cute. Like, you might actually like me. So how would you like do that?
What?
Like in a sense of like femme on femme. How do you think like you would show another femme that you were like interested more than just like I think you're cute? Like,
See, I feel like it's so hard for femmes. Like one of you guys definitely has to like be more forward.
so but like what does that look like for you? Like if I'm a femme and you thought I was cute and you were just like, I don't want to say this in a friendly manner. I actually think that you're attractive. Like I'm attracted to you. That's how I would say it actually. But how would you present that?
I don't
to
know.
her?
I feel like I would take it as if I'm talking to like anybody. I don't know. I feel like if you know that I'm gay and you're flirting with me, then you're gay too. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
I mean,
like, I feel like, all right, so like if you see my social media and you see that I'm constantly posting things that are like gay
related,
you know I'm gay. So it's like, but I don't know if you're gay, but it's like, but you know I'm gay, so you're flirting with me. But I feel like you really gotta ask people, are you flirting with me?
Yeah.
I think you're flirting with me.
Yeah. I'm about to say, because then that also brings up the idea of like, oh, just because I'm gay, I like every woman.
Right.
And that is not the case at all.
That's true.
Like I'm not fucking flirting with you, and no, just because you know that I'm gay, that I think you're flirting with me. That's a negative, which is why we need to clear this up. Are you flirting with me?
Yeah, you gotta ask them.
Yeah.
Honestly. It's always gonna be hard for femme on femme, honestly. You just can't respond or say things in a way that you would tell your friend.
It's hard to differentiate.
And then, like, I said this before, like the high pitched voice is just not gonna do it for you.
Yeah, girl. Where'd you get your nails done? Oh, can you send me your nail tech?
Oh Lord, like no, like the high pitchedness. Just talk at a regular tone.
I think the touchy feely thing is like a really big thing.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
If you are like, I think your nails are really nice, like. You super touching them, like, all right, girl, you already swiped your fingers through my nails.
Your hands are sweaty.
Do you have to say that? Yes, we know my hands are sweaty. But I feel like that OD, like, touching and, like, that, it kind of, like, for some people, they don't realize that they're doing it. And that's kind of just how they talk and, like, how their mannerism is. But at the same time, I think for some people, that is, like, a really big indicator of, like, I'm flirting with you.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think another sign is like if they're talking to you and they're like getting mad close to you.
Yeah.
Like it's like, all right, it's not that loud in here, girl. Like I can hear you. Or like out of nowhere, they're just like mention that like they're bisexual or like some gay shit pops up where they have to mention that they dated someone who was a girl or they're bisexual or blah 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 blah. It's like, yeah, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
They're really shooting the shot. They're throwing the pitch.
For sure.
That's what's up, though.
And I also, another sign is like, I remember I went out with a friend and there was this like super feminine girl. And I feel like she was like flirting with me. And she was like mad close. And I'm like, all right, like I could hear you from here. And after I went to the bathroom and I told my friend, that girl is flirting with me, right? And she was like, she definitely is. You gotta ask your friend because I feel like sometimes we could be naive and think like, oh no, she's just being friendly. But like if something in your gut is telling you, I think this girl's flirting with me, then it's possibly that she is. So you gotta ask your friend, am I dumb or like what? Like what's going on here? Because I'm sensing some flirtiness, but this girl looks straight, so I don't know what to do.
All right, so that's like noticing the signs and giving tips in person. Again, on social media, like I said, it's just a fucking cat and mouse game, y'all. You play the liking card, liking their pictures, reacting to their stories, you compliment them in their DMs or some shit. You start up conversation, and where it goes from there is where it goes from there. However, if they just like your shit and don't give any type of response, or like, they don't follow you back, or they're just not DMing you, leaving you on red. Listen, take that on the chin and move on. Do not keep DMing them. Do not keep liking their shit. I'm not like, if you want to keep following them, that's fine. But again, you shot your shot. You just gotta take it on the chin if you're not getting any response. Don't continue like badgering them and shit,
Yeah.
And because also for me, I feel like people can be weird on social media, right? Like people love to blast people on social media. And what I mean by that is like motherfuckers will go and screenshot the conversation and they're already sending it to half their group chat, but now they want to put it on their story. Like you don't even follow them. Like, yeah, like corny
Weird.
shit. And I think like that's one of the things that I kind of don't like about social media is just like when like the same thing through DM and text messaging, when like things can get misconstrued. You can't really read my tone and like my
Yeah, that's the
humor
thing.
and
Yeah.
my flirtatiousness. So it's like you really got to write it in a way where it sounds, you know, like you, I guess. But it's kind of corny because people can't read a certain way.
And people also can't read sarcasm.
Yeah, and I'm a very sarcastic person, so I feel
Same.
like that just does not work. You have to be like legit, straightforward, and upfront through messaging. But yeah, people get weird and just kind of like are being corny and like dismissive or disrespectful, and it's just like, all right. So I don't do anything more than like, if you ain't answer me, you ain't answer me. I said what I said, and that was what it was. And that's it. Y'all just gotta move from that. But yeah, that's really it. I'll tag the articles in the subscription if y'all want to read more. Jaunty.org, that's where I got some of the styles of flirting, but it has so much more than that. Actually, this is what it has. What is flirting behavior? What are the different types of flirting? It gives you the 5 ones that we've talked about. It actually adds 2 more: witty flirting and subtle flirting. I didn't go over those. What are flirting mistakes to avoid? Which flirting styles are best, and so much more. So again, click on that bio. Click the link that will be in the description and get a read on that.
All right, let's get into the family meeting. We need like a little sound. A little soundboard. All right. First question. I've been dating a woman for a month and a half. From the first moment we exchanged messages in an app, I felt a connection. We agreed to meet up and the date was amazing. We were intimate very early. She felt things were too serious too soon and wanted to slow down. She did introduce me as her girlfriend, but now when we speak, we're dating and seeing each other. She says she wants a relationship with me but wants to slow down. When should the title of girlfriend be used? She used it and then she took it back.
Yeah. I think whenever I have introduced somebody I was dating,
I feel like I don't know how she introduced her as her girlfriend, but I feel like in that if she didn't if they didn't start dating, introduce them as their name. This is Dyra. This is JoJo.
I'm usually
you don't have to say this is my friend or this is my girlfriend.
I think like I'll just be like, this is such and such. Yeah. I've done that. or I'll just be like, it's my friend, if it
Mm-hmm.
was my friend. But I really think it depends who, like, I was talking to. But I can understand how it's kind of annoying when you have to introduce this person, because you're like, when you're in that stage where you don't have, like, you don't know what you're doing, or you're not on the girlfriend end, but like you guys are talking.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, it's just annoying to have to explain to someone like, oh yeah, this is the person I'm talking to, such and such. Like,
No, you could
to
just be
so
like,
that
this
you
is.
kind of know that I am talking to this person, so don't
Oh.
shoot the shit. But at the same time,
Oh.
you know,
You gotta give your friends a heads up, though.
yeah. I mean, obviously,
Jeez.
um. So I do think that that's kind of annoying, is trying to have to introduce this person that you're talking to, but you're not at that time yet. So like, if I am fucking with you though, and like we've been, talking for a little bit, I'll be like, oh, this my girl, such and such,
Mm.
and that's it.
I feel like if nobody asks nobody out, I'm not gonna say girlfriend.
I'm not gonna say girlfriend, which is why I'd be like, this my girl.
Oh, okay.
I'm not like, this my girlfriend. This my girl, which kind of just insists that like I'm talking to this person, but it's not my official shorty.
Okay.
Yeah. Listen.
No, it makes sense. Okay, next question. I'm 23 years old and still live with my strict sister and her family. However, I haven't moved out because I'm not financially stable yet. I recently started talking to an old girlfriend who I now have a small thing with, but I feel like I constantly let her down and I'm not there for her as much as I want to because I always have to ask my sister for permission to go out. And she usually always says no. I don't want to lose the girl I'm talking to, but my sister also never tries to understand my point of view when I talk about how I shouldn't have to be asking her for permission to go out or sleep over or even be there for the girl or anyone else that doesn't involve my family. Yeah, if you're 23 years old, they gotta cut it. But I know that there's like certain family members like that they're like, this is my house, my rules.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like you're 23, like you're not a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And who is your sister to tell you what to do with your life? Jesus.
I don't.
I hate that shit. Like, I don't know how, like, I mean, everyone's family is different, but I wish my sister would be like that. I'd be like, you are out your mind.
I think that it depends, because you do have like some siblings who actually happen to be like a parental,
Mm-hmm.
part of their siblings' lives. So they kind of just like naturally have that sense of like supervision with them. But again, I think it's kind of crazy too, because it's like, yo, you my sister. Like, yeah, regardless of the age gap, like I'm I don't want to say grown, but like, listen, I'm 23. Like, I gotta learn, I gotta live. Like, what we doing? I can understand there being like house rules, whatever. It's your house. It makes sense. I'll follow them as long as I'm staying here. But in terms of asking for permission to step out, that's a hard negative for
Yeah,
me.
no, you gotta put your
But
foot
I can
down.
understand like how like you feel like you're kind of disappointing and letting your girl down, because it is a weird thing, to be like, I'm 23, I should be able to do what I'm gonna do.
I'm curious to know, like, if this person, like, pays any bills in the house.
Right.
Because I would be like, yeah, this is,
Not
if
gonna
I'm
work.
paying bills here, you can't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
But even if you don't, you're an adult.
Mm-hmm.
And I could see why her girlfriend's frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to step up to your family.
Again, when you're staying in other people's houses, I get the being respectful part of it, but at the same time, it's just like, if I have to ask you for permission to do like things outside the house, outside the home, that's crazy. That's out of pocket.
Yeah, I agree. Lords.
But I wish you luck. I hope you guys come to an understanding. Maybe that's a conversation for you two to have too. And you have to remind her, listen, I'm not that kid anymore. You have to respect me just as I respect you. And, have trust in me that I could be responsible enough to do the things that I need to do when I'm not in this house.
All right, guys. So thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe.
Bye. Deuce, deuce, mother
Bye.
goose.